Hello, John Kaverman here with Pad Print Pros. Today I want to talk about the vicious cycle of underinvestment. This is a term that I think Trent Pepicelli coined several years ago when I was working in a capacity as National Sales Manager, Innovative Marketing Systems, distributing Tosh pad printing equipment here in the United States. We saw that in many cases when people came to us seeking equipment, looking for a quote, we would submit a quote and there would be, let's say, three of us, three different companies, um, between $15,000 and $18,000 for this example, coming in with their quote in that range of 15 to 18,000. Then there would be one company that would be maybe $8,000 or $10,000, and they were selling some older technology, probably fully pneumatic machine, maybe from China, maybe something that was built in the United States, that was really made in China with a different label put on it. Or they were maybe selling a piece of used equipment, and we would find that all too often the purchasing agent, particularly if they weren't engineering savvy, would opt for the piece of equipment that was half the price of everybody else. And somehow the person would believe that this was going to save them money, when in reality, once that machine hit their floor, they're probably going to spend three times the cost of that machine to get it to a level of proficiency and efficiency that they would have otherwise realized by purchasing more intelligently in the first place, by avoiding that vicious cycle of underinvestment. If you're going to go out and buy a piece of equipment from the guy down the street that went out of business, maybe you should ask yourself why he went out of business. Or if you're going to purchase a piece of equipment that costs half as much as the other machines that you receive quotes for, it should probably throw up a red flag. And the reason is because with that piece of equipment, you're not going to receive any kind of technical expertise, technical service, and support that you really need to be successful. Do you know how to make cliches perfectly? Do you know how to choose the right pad every time? How to manufacture pads? How to match the right ink with the right substrate and make sure that it has the physical, mechanical properties that it needs to have in order for you to be successful? Probably not, and neither do the guys that are selling cheap machines. The people that know how to do those things are people that have been pad printing and been in the industry for decades, and there are not a lot of us out there. So you need to be very careful when you're going to buy a piece of equipment. On the surface, whatever that price is, isn't necessarily what it really costs. It never is what it really costs. What you need to do is work with somebody like me who can actually do an in-depth, thorough cost analysis to compare not only the machines or solutions that I would put together to propose that you purchase, but to compare those against the other ones that you receive. If you've got numbers from other companies and they're coming in and you want to know the difference, how is it that this piece of Tosh equipment is going to be more cost effective than the other guys? We'll sit down and show you the math. We've got a program that we've written. We can plug in the rate that you can expect to run with that piece of equipment, what your labor cost per hour is, how much ink goes in the ink cup, how much thinner, how much hardener, what type of pad you're using, how much it costs, how often you're going to change pads, what the dimensions of your cliches are, what type of cliches that you're going to use, polymer, laser, steel. And plugging all these parameters in, we can give you a cost per part out to 3 decimal points. And we can compare those costs with any cost for producing parts with anybody else's equipment. When we do this, we never lose. And if you don't believe it, we're happy to show you the math, because we know for a fact that Tosh machines are, without a doubt, the most flexible, most efficient, fastest machines in the industry. So I would invite you to avoid falling prey to that vicious cycle of underinvestment. Ask us for a cost analysis. Ask us for a quote. Call us out. We'll show you the numbers. We'll sit down with you one to one. We need to fly across the country. If that system justifies the cost of doing so, we'll do it, because we are that confident. So you can reach us at padprinters.com. There at Innovative Marketing Systems. You can reach me at padprintpro@gmail.com by email, or you can call me directly at 517-467-5340. Don't fall prey to the vicious cycle of underinvestment. Call us today.